And then, yeah, let's go into the taboo section of this podcast. Political and social. Death to America propaganda. From Middle East chant to American college campuses. Yeah, we have lost our mind. Where do we start? Um, when was it that you started realizing there was an issue with all this craziness, this anti-America thing?
I don't know. I think it's been around, but I think it's been a bigger issue lately to me when they say with the whole Israel-Palestine thing. I think that is when I've noticed it probably the most. At least as far as it's been affecting us, because it's always been overseas a lot.
Yeah.
They've always kind of hated us, especially in the Arab countries. But I think it's been affecting us more because I don't know if it's because more of the people are coming over here, or if it's just a connection with, I guess, the abuse is happening over there, and then which we'll get into more, I guess, later in the discussion. But I think how it's reaching the college campuses and the kids and all the different groups that we have here that I think are exciting the people more on the topic than I guess the rights of the Palestinians and stuff like that and what's happening over there. Who was right or wrong, whatever it is. It's sad all around because unfortunately people get hit in the drama of politics, situations because, they all just want to survive and be happy. There's unfortunately there's a lot of rough people who want war, gun shooting for their rights, which I guess some of them to a degree, but at the end of the day, they probably want to just make money and do their own thing because a lot of times they don't want solutions. They want the war to continue so they can have power.
And there's a lot of money in war for people to be made. Honestly, I don't know either when I started noticing, but I just know for a fact that it's become a problem.
But I guess we're going to touch on that again, but I guess it's done the whole burning of the flag stuff here related to this stuff is really where it was like, this shit is ridiculous. It's the burning the flag to me part where it became the biggest problem to me because, I mean, if you don't like America and it's such a bad place, like, just leave.
Why you're still here.
Why you're still here. Like, how can you hate the place? Maybe
And you're still here.
And you're still here. Maybe you hate the government or something. I guess that's fine. But, it's the government goes outside of this situation. America is still America with that. Regardless of whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever, Obama, whoever it is, it's still America. It's still people. And I guess it goes back to that same problem where it's like in Palestine, it's like, the Hamas people, they're doing their thing. And it's like, it's still nothing to do with everybody else. But yet, after there to be this big old destruction of power and burning things and hate and angriness, it's like, why do we have to be so angry? And, it's okay to express yourself, but, express yourself in your own way. Don't affect people. And burning the flag is a disrespect, in my opinion. That's the ultimate fuck you. And I don't even know why that's not a bigger crime, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should you should get some kind of penalty. It's supposed to be illegal, but I feel like everything is a free for all now. Like nothing is illegal. Like we watched this thing. I don't know who it was that was at the campus, and they got rioted on. And then all the police did was follow the rioters as they're like destroying and all up in people's face and basically harming yourself. And the police don't do anything. Like,
yeah, I think it was the Tatum guy and what's that college dude? I don't remember. But they were having I guess he always does these panels at all the schools, and Antifa showed up, and they basically came in, they took all their stuff, they destroyed the tents. I think they even hit a couple people, and they mashed up all their paraphernalia they had. They were doing, I guess, debate, and I guess they weren't having it. They wanted to go and cause confusion. But it's like destruction of property. Like, where does the line get drawn? Especially with the police. it's like, I don't know, what's the point of even having police sometimes? It's like, what are they even there for if they not even help you or
Yeah,
stop
they
you?
can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, it's always like, don't touch them because he might get sued or whatever it is. It's like, I don't know. It's like it seems like police just are there for show half the time, or, I don't know. The whole police debate is another discussion that's just so stupid. It's like either they're there to do a job or they're not.
So the Israel-Palestine is obviously a big issue. It's a problem, right? It shouldn't happen. Nobody should die. Like, no innocent people should die for the decisions of head of states. I agree, and I think we can all agree with that. But like you said, I don't think that burning flags on American soil or destroying American property is going to do anything for Israel or Palestine.
Peaceful protest, honey.
Like, no, it's really ridiculous. And now, Death to America is chanted in cities, schools, and rallies. But Palestinians and Americans, but like you said, if you're not happy as a Palestinian here, you can feel free to go back and be happy there. Like, to me, you can't disrespect basically the hands that feed you.
I think the problem is it's not even the Palestinian people anymore. I think it's a very mixed thing that all the, I don't really necessarily even young people, but they've created this little cult thing where it's just like they just want to go around and destroy things and be angry. Because I think the young people these days are certain, whether you want to say left or right, it's just like they just get very into these heated things and they just want to vent. Maybe this is where venting and,
They're really special.
I don't want to make it into something political, but it seems like it's really always like these left-leaning organizations that keep pushing it, whether it's planned, not planned, and somebody just keep nudging them into like this certain direction for whatever political reasons.
Like Soros?
Yeah, Soros, yeah. Because if you look at all of the back end, it seems like they organize these events and they pay them and they fund it, they print up all the paraphernalia, and you see it and you just want to just be a part of the group, but you something to do and you jump in, no, yeah, let's go, guys. And it just ends up being a whole like, big mess, and it's not good for the country or the people.
And then half of the time, when you see people doing interviews and stopping those students, and then you ask them why they're protesting, or like what part of the Palestine-Israeli thing makes them upset? Oh, you're upsetting me. I don't have to answer you. Oh my God, just go away. Why are you doing this? And then they start like hyperventilating, and then they have veins popping because they don't have any answer. They don't even know what's happening. They're just jumping on a wagon. They're getting agitated with no facts, no information.
If you ask them even where's Palestine, they'd be like, oh, it's somewhere in Africa or something, or China or whatever. Like they don't even know anything, but they are so upset about it and obsessed like, oh yeah, the people there, or
and America's bad.
Or even let's say the gay and trans people all into it too, and it's like, they don't want to even accept y'all over there, right? But yet y'all all gung ho and fighting for them and whatever. But they would kill your ass over there. Like that's the ones that is the dumbest one ever. You're all into this whole cause, but they don't even friggin' like you.
That is very true.
That's the one that makes the least sense. Why are you fighting for a cause when they would just murder you?
Try to go into an Arab country talking about your fluid.
They'll just murder you over there, stone you to death, like fact. It's not even like we're making a joke of being rude. Like it's literally a thing. They don't give a shit about your little issues you have, or whatever.
Nope. But I think it's just common sense has just gone out of the door, like out of the way. So I think there's nothing wrong with you bringing light to the issues. Like I have friends, I see people who post, who make their points, they share their views, what they like and dislike. That's fine. That's your right. That's your free speech. But they're not out in the street destroying things, trying to make their points or like hurting people physically. So yeah, I'm not saying that you can't stand for what you believe, but you don't need to be out there, like burning flags, burning books, cursing people, hitting people, breaking down, cars, doing nonsense in schools and in streets for no reason. Your little tantrum isn't really doing anything, in case you haven't realized. Because these people have been in that war for no, like this actual one for 23 for 2 years now, and we still don't have a ceasefire. It still hasn't gone anywhere. So I think it's been found that a lot of this has been pushed. It's a pushed agenda. Not the war itself, but pushing the anti-America thing here. It's paid for. A lot of people are just like being brainwashed. I don't know if Russia, China, and stuff, are involved. I mean, I'm not a journalist out there researching this thing, but it could be possible. But the point is that all those countries that hate us are all pushing the young generation here into this death to America. America is bad, and we're doing bad things to other countries. Are we? Hell yeah. America puts their, I think we get involved in too many things that do not belong to us. But I guess that's what makes them their superpower. They just want to control everyone, right? But it's also where you live. It's also where you have your freedom. Because let's be realistic. You're more free here than you would be in another country, So people are like here whining. Your little tantrum you're pushing here, you couldn't do that in that other country that you're trying to save. So do not talk to me about freedom. And then you should respect the flag. It's the country you're in. And especially if you're getting benefits, a lot of people we all know you're getting benefits. And you can't be doing all this while you're getting stuff from the country and then just go. If America is so bad, go somewhere better. Like, there is nobody jumping on the boats, little makeshift boats, trying to go to the Philippines. They're all trying to come here. But you're here and you're whining, and the people who just got here are just like trying to make things happen while you're whining with your first world problems about things because your life is so goddamn easy is the problem, and it's so goddamn easy because you're in America. If you're not happy, you can feel free to go somewhere that's better. Please share with me where you're going.
Ain't going nowhere.
No. So stop whining like a little biatch already.
Supposedly leaving because Trump came in, but most of them still here.
We're still waiting for them to go. Don't let the door hit you. Yeah, so to me, it's like, is there a problem in those countries? Yes, there is. But it doesn't mean you have to destroy this country to try to prove your point for another country. And at the end of the day, yes, because I guess Israel and stuff are our allies, obviously we have a voice and we can help, but it's not 100% our fight. Yeah. We're just like a side piece in this scenario. And honestly, I don't know if Palestine and Jewish people can ever see eye to eye. Like, it's been, like you said, it's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been going on too long. It was first really Palestine, then Israel took it over at some point, and they wanted it back. Actually, no, was it Israel first, and then Palestine took it over, and then they took it back, I think. Can't remember the story. But
it was a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was Israel
first.
first.
Then it's been Palestine.
Yeah, and then they took it back.
It's been Palestine for a long time.
And the U.S. helped them take it back, I think it was.
No, I think the closest timeline is, which is the video I had sent you, the documentary, after in 1947 or 48, after World War II, which I never knew. I only learned that recently. because I'm obsessed with World War II, but I never realized what happens after World War II. So after World War II, they didn't know what to do. The UN didn't know what to do with all these Jewish people. Like, where are we going to put them? We have to put them. So this is decided to send them to Palestine, and they were going to create this little zone for them, which is what they have now. But apparently that didn't work. They were sent back. They don't want them over there. And then I guess they worked things out, and then they were sent. Actually, they stayed over there in like boats and stuff. They stayed in like little camps and stuff. And they were trying to send them back, but then, governments had to work things out. Then they got to stay over there. And then that's when it started. But after that, they had like conflicts. I think they had some 6 day crazy war that they had. They have a name for it. And yeah, it's been a bunch of conflicts since then. But I guess it used to be Jews' land back in the days, but then it was Palestine for a long time. And then I guess they wanted to reclaim that land, and then they got put there after World War II because nobody knew what to do with them. No, Europe didn't know what to do with them.
The thing I find weird about that situation scenario too is like, although I guess Israel's home, but they're all surrounded by people who hate them.
Yeah, that's super weird.
So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to leave your home. Your home is your home, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're not in a very safe place either, which is, I guess, why they have that whole iron dome thing to, I guess, protect their people and stuff like that. But it's like you're surrounded by everybody who hates you.
It's their land.
Yeah.
But that's a
which is why
forever conflict.
Which is why I said, yeah, like that's never really gonna end because you're in like a very bad spot.
Like if you hear Palestinians talk about Jews, it's really sad. Like they don't have anything nice. Like, and they teach their children there's so much anger. That cycle is never gonna stop.
Yeah. Think about it, they probably all know somebody who has been killed, murdered from either the war at some point in time by a Jew or whatever it is, this whole war thing. So it's just like, how could you not be upset with these people?
Yeah, but you have to end the cycle, otherwise it's never gonna end.
No, you end it when, I guess, you get
When
resolution.
When there's none of y'all left?
I guess so. That's how people are, though. The hardest thing to get rid of is anger.
Yeah, but if you don't let it go, then it's never gonna end. Your children are never gonna have a better future.
Who's gonna teach me to let it go? When all I'm seeing is destruction and family members dying and the place looks like shit because they got bombed or whatever. How you gonna let that go? That's why they keep saying death to America, because we keep, helping this thing keep going. That's why these countries hate us. A lot of them still want to come over here though, but that's a different story. They'll jump to take opportunity to come here, but
I don't know. But obviously a ceasefire would be the best way to end this, but is this...
It'll happen temporarily, I'm sure. But I'm pretty
really
sure it's
gonna
gonna be back
happen
again.
at some point?
Next group is gonna come about, whether it's you take out the Hamas, be another one coming about. There's always these little groups that keeps coming. Whatever the name is gonna be next. Somebody else angry. The next generation of Hamas kids is gonna be angry again. The cycle.
So I don't know what you think, but that's the point. If basically we're gonna be so involved into their dilemmas, then we might as well start teaching their dilemmas into schools so that people can be properly educated instead of just like going on off emotions because Twitter told you to.
Teaching where and teaching who?
I guess here about the whole Palestinian and Israel issue, I guess in history classes maybe? In schools.
Would they really teach them and would it really matter? Whether they knew who's what?
Yeah, so you can be educated instead of just going off stupid memes.
Doesn't matter. All it takes is one stupid person to make another person stupid. and angry about something.
Then if that was your point, then we never, why do we even send kids to school, period? T.
Saying this example, in the way think people are, people just want an excuse to be angry.
I guess. Maybe we should just go with a big stage over the world then.
Yes, people just want to be angry so often. That's what I keep telling you, like, it don't make a difference because it'll be another distraction of angerness about something. It's just like, it's always from one cause to another one where we have to distract on. Whether it's these people, it's going to be somewhere in Africa or somewhere, next group, some next country that's fighting. There's always going to be forever wars. There's always going to be some reason to be angry. Whether it's Israel with, I don't know, Iran or something that's going to pop up next.
I don't know, but something's got to give. Look, extremist groups exploit foreign conflicts like Gaza to radicalize U.S. citizens with anti-American ideology. So basically, it's all propaganda to just like grow the entire America. It just benefits them. So, like, yeah, extremist groups, and I hate America, or just using any conflict to just keep pushing those rhetorics and hype up our students and our kids into this foolishness. Washington Institute in 2023, the Israel-Hamas war became one of the top triggers for anti-American sentiment worldwide, including with diaspora communities. So basically, yeah, you're right. So I guess 2023, when the whole thing is really when the anti-America was more pushed to American, and when we started seeing it more. So I guess you're right on that one. And it went with the burning flags and stuff. Many American citizens and college-educated U.S.-born are burning flags and praising Hamas fighters as freedom warriors. That's crazy. Protest funded or organized by U.S. groups that receive foreign NGO money, blurring the lines between civil activism and proxy warfare. So basically, those NGOs are funding those protests, but then it's making it very one-sided on where you're putting your money and who you're pushing.
What comes back again to is they become, I guess, you pick a side. You're either pro-Israel or anti-Israel. That's really what it is. So they see it as they're just fighting for their home, which realistically to some degree they are, you know, but it's a fight, as you said, it's not necessarily our fight, and it's a fight that I guess you have to, there's never going to be a easy way. I think they just need to move on, and Israel is Israel. You know, they
Palestine
have
is Palestine.
It's Palestine at this point, but, you know, whatever's left, the people there just, I don't know how. But I think I was reading earlier that I think they called it the Gaza because Palestine is actually two parts. There's the Gaza and then there's some West Bank. And it's really just the Gaza part is really where the war is. So technically, I guess the Palestine over there, the West Bank, is not really at war because they're running things a bit different separately, or I don't know, they're separating that. So I guess that war is not really happening there. So it's really just in Gaza, which is what they call it more the Gaza war, because it's really in that part of Palestine. So I think they just, all the Hamas people are.
That's because I was gonna say that's because that's where Hamas is, and that's who attacked.
Yeah.
So apparently the issues with American students is the trust in institutions collapse when Americans believe their government support genocide. That was one issue. Younger American raised on filtered narrative, on little clips on social media, pointing out propaganda the way you want it. Narratives of colonialism now sees Americas as the oppressor, not the liberator. So basically, that's the point of view that's been pushed. We're the oppressor and we're supporting genocide. Patriotism is smeared, shared identity is gone, and foreign enemies don't have to destroy us. We're destroying ourselves basically from within. This is genius. And remember, I had watched this, it's a Bible prophecy movie I need to watch again. Every few years, I gotta watch it to remember. the prophecy was that America will destroy itself from within. And I truly believe it started under Biden administration and it's just going to keep going. It's just been horrible. And this is not helping. So yeah, we're doing a great job at destroying ourselves from within. And people need to wake up because they keep whining about America being a shit show. Don't worry, we're just going to become another country with no freedom like the ones you're trying to support.
Freedom. A lot of people coming from all these other places where they have all these rules. Like we watch with, I guess, more of they want to bring Sharia law and stuff like that to America. I think it's in like New Jersey and stuff like that, which is fine. I believe in people should have their religion, the Muslims, whoever, but bringing in those particular set of rules and stuff like that, it creates a whole different society. And then
No, that's a you problem. That's not a us problem.
you know, like your freedom should not encroach on my freedoms is really what it is. Like, you know, religion is religion, that's a personal thing. But then when it starts creating, you know, separate little boundaries and how everybody else handles their life in that area, you know, everything, you know, it just creates.
Yeah, what you practice at home
Yeah.
or in your own time, I respect that and I'll
Yeah.
respect, but don't push it on me. And that shouldn't be like a community thing. Research from 2022, America trust in media, Congress, and higher education hit historical lows. And another study, 40% of college students surveyed believe America is inherently oppressive. And a Harvard Kennedy School, foreign-backed disinformation campaign, hidden ideological polarization follows the 2023 Gaza war. So basically, other countries and propagandas are just pushing that we're just colonized and we're horrible. Yes, America has all its flaws, but it is still a great country to be in. And if you're still here, that means you believe it. Otherwise, you can feel free to go. But stop burning the flags. It's totally disrespectful for the country that you're in and that's giving you what you have. And if you're really here and oppressed, you wouldn't be able to burn those flags or yell in the streets or break cars or put your hands in your butt and then put it on a Tesla. If you're really oppressed, you really wouldn't be able to do none of that. Like, honestly, in Arab countries, they would have just shot you on the spot in the street and you can go complain to no one because it's the army shooting you.
Yeah. And stuff in Dubai, like you know why there's no crime? Because they don't let shit happen. Like
you go missing.
You go missing.
You're either going to jail or you're just going to go missing. China, you're going to a rehab camp and that most likely means they're going to kill you.
They're oppressed over here, honey.
But you want to talk about you're oppressed in America? Seriously? All the foolishness, then the police can't even touch people at this point talking about you're oppressed. If anything, you have too much freedom. Some of y'all need to get like some freedom taken back. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
First world problem is what I call it. So the message of this is you can stand for peace in Palestine and for Israel without wishing for America to collapse, people. Like you can do both. Like I said, you can have like a clean way of protesting and putting out your opinions. Death to America is becoming a problem here. And it's becoming a problem from Americans. People are getting brainwashed, honestly. And this day, it doesn't take much to brainwash anyone, apparently. It's very sad. I call it empty shells, people walking around.
Bases.
Yes. Domestic ignorance is letting it stay. Yep. Ignorant people. And the goal isn't just to divide us over Israel or Gaza, it's to destroy America's shared identity from the inside out. And you guys are doing a great job at letting it happen. Like, the enemy doesn't even need to do much. Like, you guys are just doing a great job at just bringing it down for them. And then you won't have anything. So it's not greener on the other side of the fence, guys. So here is the one-liner, like the last segment. If you can march freely, protest openly, and speak your mind in this country and still chant death to America, you are not oppressed. You're either confused or you've been programmed. Boom. You ain't oppressed, people. You got first world problems. If you're not happy, you can feel free to go somewhere better. But we will be staying here because America is great. It's not perfect, but it is great country to be in. And it is the country you're in, and you still choose to stay here. So just respect the flag, respect the country, then you can still voice your way. Maybe like start a podcast like this and talk like a normal person, and you can tell your opinions on your podcast without, hurting people or people's properties, like civilized people. Like we're not chimpanzees.
We're not fun.
Yeah. So I guess this is it for today, babe. It's been real, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget that we will have on the website show notes where we have all like background research. If we have like books or people to follow, we recommend that goes into the show notes. So they're under the episodes, easy to download. You just hit it and download it. We are available on all podcast channels, Spotify, Amazon podcast, all the stuff. On YouTube, subscribe and follow us, please, if you like what you hear. And we have a new show every Wednesday, every week. And this is it for episode 5. Anything you want to let us go with?
No, just share it to your friends, whether it's the full episodes. We put out many clips of different topics. Share it to your stories, share it to your timeline, whatever. Help us get the word out on what we're trying to do here, and that's it.
I hope you enjoyed this. And this was Chris and Cappy with Bun and Bill.